Alright, so today we're going to be talking about the shift in terms of the way that sexual harassment in the workplace has been discussed and handled since the 2000s. To begin, the Me Too movement, something that we've become pretty much constantly aware of in terms of media and discussion online, is the Me Too movement. It was originally started in 2000, and the term was coined by a woman named Tarana Burke. This movement works to advocate for those affected by sexual assault and misconduct, and has gathered a large following after the Harvey Weinstein incidents, and most importantly by the immense star power associated with it. There are large actresses and actors and influential figures who have pledged their allegiance to the specific movement. And with that, we begin to discuss the effects of social media. Since 2000, social media has boomed immensely. Twitter is one platform in particular that we've seen a lot of developments with. It's used to discuss like news. You see Donald Trump posting updates. We've seen a lot of updates from stars, and it is something that the Me Too movement has utilized as well. Many individuals take to Twitter in order to discuss accusations or to diffuse accusations against them. Another development that we've seen that's quite clear is the way that sexual harassment is discussed in the news. Even the tone of how it's brought up and discussed has shifted from one of sweeping it under the rug or only in between those immediately involved, or something that shouldn't be discussed about, to one of advocacy and support and of justice. We've seen a shift of men's faces who are being accused being all over news sites. We see the names of the accusers and the names of the accused as well. One issue that we have seen, though, is that there is a bit of a bias when it comes to political figures. There seems to be a hesitancy to discuss or call out one's superior in that aspect. In stark contrast, we have Hollywood. Men in Hollywood face the rebuttal and the repercussions of sexual assault accusations almost immediately. Drawing back on Weinstein, we can look at the effects of the accusations against him. He immediately lost the privilege to work with the Academy. He had immense public backlash. He lost respect and credibility. And with that, he also lost the ability to work with actors and actresses, because nobody's really keen on being surrounded by an individual with accusations against him like that. Continuing on, I've decided to choose 3 individuals in the political sphere that illustrate this discrepancy of punishment. To begin, we have Bill Clinton. Obviously, we all know he had the issue with Monica Lewinsky. That kind of ended in flames for her. There was the discussion of impeachment. However, as we know, Clinton was allowed to finish out his 4 years, his last 4 years, and he walked away essentially unscathed. The only thing that really happened was there was a bit of a dark spot on his public view. Continuing on, we have Donald Trump, who is our current president, and as we are all probably aware, he has had a slew of sexual assault and misconduct accusations against him. With this being said, Donald took a different route than Bill Clinton did. He decided to look towards money and monetary value in order to silence the women that he had affected. He looked to use NDAs and payouts and almost like hush checks. With that being said, women still stepped forward, and regardless of their stories and how they've come about it, he has not faced any real legal or monetary repercussions and is still in office today. Continuing on, we have Brett Kavanaugh, who most recently was voted into the Supreme Court as a justice. He himself went through a hearing in order to determine whether or not he was fit to hold this position. Through this process, a woman by the name of Dr. Ford stepped forward, and she claimed that there was instances of sexual misconduct and harassment between the two of them. And through this process, the FBI was invited to conduct an investigation. The investigation lasted only 10 days and chose not to interview or investigate Dr. Ford herself, who was the woman that stepped forward with these initial reactions. So, with all that said, and with the issue of money and political power still in question, it's important not to take away from the immense strides that the Me Too movement has made. It's really important to note that through the expansion of social media, through the expansion of acceptance and advocacy and addressing sexual harassment head-on, that the money and the political issues are something that can be taken down in time, but it's important to note that since the 2000s there has been a drastic improvement on the part of Me Too. Thank you.